What would happen if we got discovered by aliens? We have been keeping an eye out for a message from space for many years. Unusual radio signals are analyzed by groups like SETI to look for possible broadcasts from an advanced alien civilization. But what if they actually did hear one? Nearly 40 years ago, radio astronomer Jerry Ehman was searching a section of the sky for an alien civilization signal. Suddenly, he took up something. The signal was exceedingly brief, just a burst, but it was clearly audible and registered on a distinct spike, almost like a fleeting broadcast. He wrote "Wow" in red pen and circled the blip on a printout. Nothing quite like the so-called "wow" signal, as it came to be known, has ever been heard again. However, a group known as the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence (SETI) Institute has kept an ear out for potential signals from intelligent life forms in the galaxy and beyond. If SETI were to hear such a signal, what would happen? How might it be shown that aliens really did send the transmission to Earth? An explanation of how astronauts on the Apollo 10 missions heard bizarre space music in their earbuds while orbiting the far side of the moon can be found in a brand new Science Channel documentary. Many scientists think radio interference is the only possible culprit. The experience has, however, made us wonder how we can tell one space sound from another when looking for a sign of life. According to Dr. John Elliott of Leeds Beckett University in the UK, hearing something and rejecting it is fairly common. It's uncommon for something to reach the Post-Detection Task Group. A tiny group of researchers assembled by SETI Post-Detection Task Group is prepared to examine intriguing radio signals picked up by radio telescopes all over the world. The task group has only had to examine one signal throughout his involvement with the organization, which dates back to 1999, once every few years or so. Daily, there are numerous additional detections, but these are swiftly dismissed as interference or artificial signals. Even the SETI League, a network of volunteers with their own receivers, keeps an eye out for proof. Elliott says, if there's a recurrent pattern in there, it would be of significant interest. We would inquire as to whether or not the recurring pattern exhibits a level of complexity comparable to someone providing a language, a mathematical formula, or another sort of information. Although it's unlikely that we would quickly understand what aliens were saying to us, we might be able to determine that they were speaking. SETI maintains a list of candidate signals, and it even has a scale of determining the importance of any signal called the Rio scale. The ranking is determined by a signal's qualities, how it was picked up, and its source. The space music that the Apollo 10 astronauts heard was kept to themselves for a very long time. In reality, it wasn't until 2008 that their experience became widely known after NASA released its recording of the incident. Any truly intriguing signals detected by SETI would be widely publicized, but only after a rigorous verification process had been completed. In reality, SETI has a unique set of detecting procedures for this kind of incident. These entail sharing the information so that it can be examined by outside parties. The team needs to be on the lookout for any hoaxes, says Dan Werthemeyer of the University of California, Berkeley, who is also a member of the Post-Detection Task Group. The objective is to obtain independent confirmation, he explains, because it might be a glitch in our program or a graduate student pulling a trick on us. Any probable alien transmissions would undoubtedly draw a lot of attention. Astronomers had to quell the frenzy in 2004 caused by false web allegations that an ET signal had been found. Additionally, SETI discovered other rapid radio burst signals last year, which had confounded experts for some time. Numerous people have questioned whether the signals are from an alien civilization because there is no known explanation. What would we do if we truly believed that a signal had been sent by an alien civilization is a lingering subject Elliott and many others have thought about. Would we even want to respond? Without a common language, how can you communicate? Elliott makes the argument that we would need to make an effort to create signals for elements of the universe shared by both civilizations. For example, that would entail developing a standard signal to denote a star or galaxy, or counting celestial objects. However, we would need to account for the transmission delay because the closest star system with a planet is 10.5 light-years away. Sending a message and receiving a response would take 21 Earth years. According to Dan Wertheimer, all interesting signals have so far been discovered to be either natural occurrences or supernova, or unexplainable phenomena like fast radio bursts and the WOW signal.